This is another series. I'm gonna do another series on Africans in Saudi Arabia, just like I did in Palestine. I wanna call this series Saudi Arabia 2.0 because I lived here before, but that was way back when things was much more tougher. But now, since they open up how do you call it? They open up tourism, and I think things are much relaxed a little bit because I walked around yesterday with my camera. Nobody bothered me. That was really good. But then I said, I'm gonna try to do another a series here on the African Afro Saudis. Yes, Afro Saudis. There's a lot of black community in Saudi Arabia in all the main cities, especially Mecca, Medina, Jeddah, and Riyadh. That's where I'm at right now. So, but I know definitely it will not be very easy because Saudi Arabia, any kind of gathering or any kind of organization is completely banned. But at the same time, I'm gonna do my best to walk the line. I'm not gonna break any law, any rules. I'm just gonna go around. No politics. Please don't ask me about any politics. I'm not gonna talk about politics. I'm gonna talk about social. But sometimes social and politics it goes hand in hand. But in Saudi Arabia, since I know the law, I know the rules. I'm gonna try to avoid all this sensitive material. Africans been coming to Saudi Arabia since back when, since the first century of Islam. That means 1,400 years ago, the first week of Islam, or first. Please don't hold me on that date, but you know what I mean. From the first century of Islamic religion, when black people became were converted to Islam, they started coming to Mecca for pilgrimage. So, and most of them did stay, and some of them came and went to Jerusalem. Those are some of them I already talked. If you see my last series about them, and some of them, they went to Jerusalem and came back, stayed in Mecca, or went to different part of Saudi Arabia or different part of the Gulf, and some of them went back home after a long time, or after a few years. It depends. But that's how you see a lot of black Saudis here, and also not every black people here came here as a slave. They were religious people. And at the same time, there's one thing the Arab did in this country or in this Gulf Peninsula. Wherever black people came, they literally refer those black people to their tribe they came from. So that was added on their last name, actually. For instance, the very well-known one is the Hausawi, or Fulata, or Takarina. So, I'm gonna get to that Takarina later on. So yeah, but what they will do is that will for the identification purpose. So that's why even today you will see some Saudis, the name will be Muhammad Abdullah Hausawi. That will tell you he's originally from West Africa, which will be Nigeria or Niger or even Chad, I don't know. Yeah, Hausawi, that will be the Hausa tribe. And you will see Muhammad Abdullah Fulata, that will be the Fulani, or Ismail Ibrahim Takroni, which will be Takarina. But why do I say I'm gonna get to the Takroni later? Because I heard, I don't know. Actually, first of all, they call all the black people here. If you are black, they'll call you Takroni. So some people thought, or some people are saying, that's a very derogatory. Or they said it's like a N-word in America. I don't really think so, because Takarina or Takroni, it is a tribal. It is a tribe in West Africa. It's called Tekror, from Senegal, from today's Senegal. Tekror. It means that is the same as tout couleur. When the French people came to Senegal or to West Africa, they couldn't say Tekror, they say tout couleur. Everybody knows it today to be tout couleur. Same, tout couleur is Takroni, because tout couleur, Tekror, and the Arab couldn't say Tekror, they say Takroni, meaning people who came from the tribe of Tekror. Okay, but somehow throughout the century it became an insult, a derogatory for black people here. And I did talk to some black people already, but they didn't want to be on the camera yesterday. If they knew the meaning of Takroni, all of the guy said, "Oh, son, no, that's a very, very bad word in Saudi Arabia." And I said, "Well, okay, yes, I know it is the bad word today, but do you know the meaning of it?" He said, "No." I said, "But it is a tribe." He was shocked. He said, "Is it a tribe?" I said, "Yeah, it's like calling somebody California if it's come from USA in California, or from Texas, what they call it Texasi. For instance, if a Californian guy or somebody from New York had immigrated at that time to the to Mecca or to Medina, as a pilgrim, they will call him a John Peter, a New Yorkie, meaning he's from New York City, or New York State, or California, he's from California. Then that's the same thing. A Hausawi come from a Hausa tribe. Fulata, that's come from a Fula tribe. A Takuruni, that's come from a Tekro tribe, which is a Tukuleur in Senegal. He was so shocked that was the meaning. But I'm asking myself now, how is it came also from Habasha, that's mean Ethiopian. Whoever came from an Ethiopian side or Somali could be called Al-Habashi. So my question is now, how is it that Fulata didn't come was not an insulted, was not an abusive word. Hausawi was not. How come Takroni became an insult? I don't know. Maybe it's like sometimes even a pretty girl, if you keep calling her, "Oh, you're pretty, that will be an abusive word. It will become an abuse if you keep calling somebody a name repetitively. Maybe that's the reason. Well, in America they will sue you because if you keep calling somebody, "Hey, pretty one," trust me, she gonna sue you. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't know, but that, most of the black people here, all in general, it's called Takuroni, but they don't even know. Most of them, some of them I know, but most of them don't even know it is it is a tribe came from West Africa called Tukuleur or Tekro. And one more thing came to my mind right now. You see, I think that was a good thing, because when the black people were brought to America as a slave, the first thing the slave master did, they took out your name and your last name. So that means you are completely lost. That means you don't have any culture, anything to refer to. Otherwise, in today's America, if they were calling an American, the black in America, if the last name was kept, at least from the tribe they came from, the Angola guy and the Mandingo guy, the Fula guy, the Hausa guy, the Serer guy, the Igbo guy, the Yoruba guy. So today it wouldn't be any, so that it will be an identification straight on. So there will be no denial. "Oh, we're not from Africa." Your tribal name will be in identification, will tell you exactly where you come from. You didn't know you would not need any DNA test to know that. So that because they were European, they were wicked, and slave masters, they were so bad, and they made sure they took those names and references out of the question to make sure you don't know where you came from. But with Arabs, since vast majority of people here, they didn't come as slaves. Some of them were captured to be enslaved, but vast majority of them were not. They were religious guy, and they kept their last name, which was good. That means today it will be weird to see a black Saudis telling you, "Oh, I'm not from Africa. I'm original on this land," and your last name is Hausawi, or your last name is Fulata, or your last name is Takarina. That would be hard to explain. So I think I like the Saudi one, because it doesn't matter. Some black people being here for over 1,000, longer before the blacks went to America or were brought to America as a slave. Black people were in this country. Actually, after Africa and America, Saudi Arabia has the most black people in anywhere, has the most black community anywhere in the Gulf state. Here in Yemen too, and sometimes in Oman. But Saudi Arabia would be the most place, because it's a religious site. Black people are religious people. They, especially from Africa, they've been coming here for centuries. So that's the subject I'm gonna tackle, but I'm gonna try to go around to talk to some black people, and I'm not gonna engage in any kind of a heavy stuff. I'm gonna light and educational to see who knows and who doesn't know what. But Saudi Arabia is not an easy place to do anything, because the fact is, even there's no organization, period. That's against the law. 3 people, 5 people cannot be standing talking about something. against the law. So I'm gonna be really careful, since I'm trying to educate my audience to know what's going on. Anyway, please, if you like my channel, subscribe, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, I think I have a lot of subscribers from the Black Israelite one too. They call everybody's a Jews and Hebrews and Israelite. Habibi, please do never tell a black Arabs, whether it's a black Saudi, black Palestinian, black anything, black Arab, never tell them anything in Israel. Never mention, don't put the blackness and Israelite and Hebrew in one sentence. They're not gonna understand it. You will defeat your own purpose. You know, yes, if they don't like it, is the most insult and derogatory you will call a black Arab in Israel, in Israelite. So, you know, please, if you disagree with me, leave me a comment. You know, we can talk it out, but that's how it is. Maybe you never live in the Middle East to know how black people, you know, how black Arabs, Muslim feel about that. If he's a black Jew, maybe he will understand it. Or if he's a black Christian or something like that, you call them in Israel, they don't mind, but not the vast majority of black people in the Middle East, in the Gulf state, would have been a Muslim. So they don't understand that. Just keep that to yourself, please, if you want to take my advice, or just leave me a comment if you want to. I don't like showing at my normal video. I do not like showing all these pretty places. I like marketplace. I like communicating with people. I like to engage people on my video. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to people on the street in a marketplace. That's my favorite place, marketplaces, because I think marketplaces are one of the places that people can, you know, they talking about the fruit and vegetable in the marketplace. And also Saudi Arabia is one of the melting pot in entire literally world, because since the pilgrim came here from all over the world, not only Africa, they came here from China, from Far East, Indonesia, Thailand, name it, and they came here from other part of Arab countries. They came here from everywhere, and they're all Muslim. So especially in Mecca, but since I'm in Riyadh now, especially in Mecca, you have in the whole Central Asia, they call them al-Bukhari. You know, oh, that's another thing. People who came from those parts of the world, they call them a Bukhari. It's like they call the Africans Hausawi, Fulata, or Takarina. They call those people, if you are from the Central Asia, Georgia, or Chechnya, and all this Russian, used to be under a Russian communist country, they call them Bukhari. So, and as the Central Asian one, they are referred to Bukhari. So you will see the Central Asian guy who is Muslim, his name is Muhammad Abdallah al-Bukhari. That will tell you exactly whether he's from Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, or sometimes they will call them Uzbeki too. So, and you have a lot of, also you have another one, also the Jawa. That's another thing. The Far East, they call them the Jawa, like the Indonesian who moved here long time ago. They were referred, because I think vast majority was from the Jawa region in Indonesia, and they were referred to them as the Jawa. So today in Saudi Arabia, for instance, if Saudis are talking, you know, without any racial references, but if they want to know who they're talking about, if they say, oh, Jawa, okay, you know, it's Saudi, but those Central Asian, same thing as will be the Bukhari, or if they say Takarina, they're not going to use Takarina this day because it became very derogatory. Hausawi, maybe they're going to use the Fulata, but vast majority now, I think they have a new word called Khal, meaning cousin, or Khali. If they say, oh, is it Khali? Because black people here call each other Khali, or Khal. If they say, hey, Khali, mean, I think in English means, if I get it wrong, please leave me a comment and correct me if I'm wrong. But Khali is a cousin in English.